Most successful speakers try dozens, if not hundreds of methods to get booked, and like me, it might take years to find out what works for you. But here are a few tips to put you on the fast track and give you a head start and hopefully knock months or even years off your quest to get booked consistently and paid enough to make a living and a whole lot more. Number one, be the best you can be. I can say with no hesitation that the most effective way to get bookings is to be a fantastic speaker. Now, that might sound obvious or like a cliche, but there are dozens of factors that you cannot control in terms of getting hired to speak. Those would include budget concerns, specific topics a client wants, your gender. I've actually heard we don't hire male speakers for this event. The meeting planner's mood and prejudices, the CEO's brother-in-law who needs a break. The one thing you have complete control over is how effective you are on the platform. I get more bookings by far by giving powerful, hilarious, memorable speeches than any other method. I tried for a standing ovation every time I took the stage. They were going to stand and cheer when I said, "Thank you," or I would, by God, sweat and bleed trying to make them. I've learned that people don't want a nice speech or an informative speech that works fine. They want a speech that grabs them by the heart, that overwhelms them, makes them shake their heads and wonder and say, "Wow, where did they find this phenom?" You can be a good speaker and cover your topic well, or you can be a fantastic speaker and be impossible to ignore. It's your choice. It's been my experience that you'll get out of it however much you put into it. All right, number two, define a niche. You wouldn't be reading this or watching this if you didn't have an area of expertise that you're passionate about. That can range from horticulture therapy to cold calling to corporate wellness. If you happen to be the first expert in a field that corporations and associations are dying to know more about, well, lucky you. You've grabbed the brass ring and are assured of bookings for quite a while. If in the more likely scenario, you're a late entry into the field in which you have excelled, you have to try to set yourself apart from the other 1,000 or so speakers who know all about customer service or leadership or unleashing the superhero inside you, or the power of social media. In my opinion, the best way to arrive at that niche is to study the rosters of a couple of dozen speakers bureaus. In my view, anyone who thinks they're going to write and rehearse a speech in front of their bedroom mirror and then get someone to pay them to perform it is being very unrealistic. In fact, I'd go so far as to say you shouldn't accept payment the first time out, even if it's offered, unless you've already made a name for yourself and people know you're an expert in your field or you're a celebrity, whatever. My reasoning is pretty simple. You'll be putting enough pressure on yourself the first time you perform your brand new baby, and you don't need the added pressure of giving people their money's worth. There are many good reasons for doing your speech for free when you're just starting out, but for my money, the stage time is the most valuable. Another benefit of doing freebies is that you'll need video of yourself speaking to an actual audience, and this is a great opportunity to get it. If you have limited resources and want to do it on the cheap, it probably won't shock you to learn that I have some very valuable suggestions in this segment about videotaping, tips, tricks, and techniques. You'll need to watch that. Attend target-rich events, whether it's a Chamber of Commerce meeting or a conference that is teeming with the type of clients you're hoping to reach. Networking can be a terrific way to drum up business. Number 5, partner with speakers bureaus. I get probably 80% of my bookings through speakers bureaus. If you hit enough home runs for them and make them look good, you'll be the person they think of when a client asks for someone with your expertise. However, please do not approach a single bureau until you watch the segment, Are You a Bozo or a Pro? 10 Ways Bureaus Know. You can easily do a humiliating face plant if you don't have the facts. Number 6, get into some speaker directories. There are websites where you can pay a fee to be listed, and meeting planners do sometimes browse them to find a speaker on a certain topic or even in a geographic area. Number 7, smile and dial. If your idea of a good time is making up to 50 cold calls a day, then purchasing a meeting planner directory is your way to bliss and business. It's my idea of hell on earth, so I don't do it. On my list of ways I'd like to spend my day, cold calling would be about 1/1,000,000th. But if you like the idea of being proactive and don't mind spending the day on the phone, you can drum up leads and business by calling meeting planners. If you use your head and call the people who are most likely to be receptive to your pitch, you'll save yourself a lot of wasted time and energy. Number 8, let Google do the walking. It's pretty easy to use Google to find events in your industry, who your competitors have spoken for, and a ton of other information that can help you target clients in your strike zone. One method I've used is to go to some of my competitors' websites and look for testimonials. If the North Carolina Association of Oncology Nurses hired a motivational humorist for their conference once and were thrilled with the result, hey, they might be interested in having another one who has a totally different style and story. Well, I got through more than half of them. I just can't cram all of them into this short little preview video. But if you want to see a whole lot more on that very topic, just go to fasttrackprospeaking.com, and there's whole worlds of information there at your fingertips, showing you how I became a professional speaker and how you can get on the fast track to professional speaking as well.